Yes, people, welcome back to the Oniaya. And today we're talking about Garnacho to Chelsea. We're also going to be talking about just bringing you another report about another player, Xavi Simmonds, going to Chelsea and how that affects the Garnacho deal. And also, we're going to be talking about how they fit in and maybe who will start. You never know. But before we do that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Keep hitting the bell for notifications so we can keep bringing you great content going forward. So, Garnacho, we see going to Chelsea is a big move right now. For me personally, I think Chelsea is getting a steal of a deal. Chelsea is getting a young, talented player who maybe might not be world class, but will hit numbers like 15 goals a season easily. And as a winger, those are good numbers because Bayern Munich bought Diaz for scoring that the first time in his career. So all we talk about Luis Diaz and league goals, that is. So we talk about Luis Diaz and he's this top winger. He's not hitting numbers like world class wingers. He brings you a dynamic that changes the game, and that's what Garnacho brings. Now, does Garnacho have as much quality as Diaz? Who knows what he can become at Diaz's age? At the moment, for me, his ceiling is a bit higher. He can do a lot more and play on both sides, which makes him a bit more dynamic. And I wouldn't be surprised if in a team that's playing a lot of fluent flowing football, he's actually not bad as a centre attacking midfielder. Now, does he have a chance to play in Chelsea as a cam? I don't think so. You know, you have players like Cole Palmer who is high level playing in that position. So I honestly don't think Garnacho has a chance to play there. You know, I don't think there's even he gets even a grass to play there. But reports coming out from Yahoo Sports saying that Alejandro Garnacho wants Chelsea as well. So now, not only did he want Aston Villa a month ago, he wants Chelsea now too. This kid is like a little prostitute about the place, putting himself everywhere. But yeah, like, come on, Garnacho. You know, I know he will do well at Chelsea. But yeah, he has been floating with Chelsea since January. You know, so this is nothing new to me. And Fabrizio Romano, as reported at Yahoo Sport, has said that he's keen on the move. Of course he is. He doesn't really have a choice, let's be honest. It's either he does that or he plays with no one. He just trains with the 21s until it's time to, like, go to another club. So he has to get out. And it's not like he's on this ridiculous amount of money. So he should be worth at least 60 million euros or pounds, in my opinion. For not because of his quality, but for potential, for the kind of contracts Chelsea gets. I think United should either get a sell-on clause, or if they want to cut ties, they need to get a high transfer fee for this guy. That is what I wouldn't be negotiating right now. I either get a good transfer fee for him, or I get a sell-on clause with this. Because he has to go, for sure. The manager doesn't even want him. You know, the manager's laughing in press conferences, pre-conference with Amadalo when they were going on the Asian tour at the end of the season. And they asked Diallo about Garnacho, and Ruben Amorim was just laughing because he's like, bro, there is no way Garnacho comes back. I know in his mind he's like, they're wasting their time because there's no way he's coming back. But even within that, you know, Chelsea is not only trying to bring in Xavi Simmonds, but Garnacho, sorry, here I kill it, but straight into it, they're also trying to bring in Xavi Simmonds. Now, I think he is mostly coming to be one as a backup to Cole Palmer in the cam area, and then he's also going to play on the left wing. I do not think he is there to just personally play off the left. I think he brings another dynamic because he can play actually straight across the three positions behind the striker. And Leipzig has tried to play him as a second striker. So it's not anything different that he would be doing playing for Chelsea. For me, now the big questions of this whole thing is, how do I think these guys fit into this project? Okay? How do I think these guys fit in? That's the big question. How do they fit in? Now, as I was just trying to explain earlier, these guys, Alejandro Garnacho can play on both sides, which makes him the no-name Madueke. Straight ahead makes him his replacement. You have Sterling, Mudryk. You have Nicholas Jackson possibly leaving the club. They just lost Sancho. So they need wingers. So there's a lot of room, one, for guys to get a chance to start and work their way into the team. But two, there's also ways for these guys to develop into other players, because I feel with this fluid type of system Chelsea has, it gives Maresca a very, very, very open way for him to play, in terms of it opens doors for him to have different dynamics within the whole team. So he can play different sort of formations within his build-up. He can play different ways in the way he attack in just different setups, but then they can change to another setup just because of the fluidity and dynamism. So I feel these two guys extremely fit Chelsea's way of playing. They, more than it all, are two of the best young players that actually are fluent around all three positions. You know, I don't think Lamine Yamal would be as effective on the left-hand side. We've never seen him play there. So we can't really judge him. You know, we can't say he can't. Based on his quality, maybe he could. But I haven't seen it. And based on what I have seen, I don't think he'll be as effective like Rafinha on that side. You know, he understands how to play on his side, on that right side. He understands how to manipulate himself within that space. But what if he had to go on the other side? Would he be the same? So that's why I feel he wouldn't just fit into a Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea, he could play for Chelsea for sure. That's not my point. My point is, based on the way they play football, the switching of positions, the dynamism, anyone can end up anywhere, he's not that player. So just join a reference. But otherwise in that, do I think that these guys also will start? Well, I do think either one of them starts. I don't think Gittins starts. I think Gittins is a high-level young football player. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Gittins is not good enough to play for Chelsea. But what I'm saying is, I do also think that Gittins has a lot to learn about the league. He will have a lot to learn about the quality of the league. And I don't think he's ready for the intensity of the Premier League yet. I think he would need just a few months to just kind of just sort his way into the way on which he needs to get it done, and like figure out the league and just familiarize himself and get comfortable, not only within the league but the country, the environment, the players. Because this is going to be a shock for him. I think he's a high-level player, and I think that's why Chelsea is bringing in more wingers so he don't just have pressure on him, which is so much better for these young players to flourish in this sort of environment too. So, who starts? For me, I think Garnacho gets the shot. Premier League experience haunts teams. Do I think there's other starters that can play? Of course. Does Nicholas Jackson and João Pedro start together? Who knows? Or does João Pedro and Delap start as well? So there's so many dynamics to why I was saying what I'm saying. So there's no player on Chelsea's team other than Cole Palmer that for me is going to say, I will start this game. That's it. They don't really have a player other than Cole Palmer that you can say he definitely starts. In the attack, I mean. So that's been me, yes, people, just bringing you a little bit of news about Garnacho, and just wanted you to understand that I think he will go to Chelsea and I think he will do well. And I think a lot of these Man United fans who was hating on the kid, just let him flourish. He no longer wants to play for the club. He no longer is a player for, well, he still is, but technically he is probably not. So he's no longer going to be a player for Manchester United after this window. Just let the kid flourish. Let him live, you know. Let him fulfill his potential at another club. And let's see if he actually is world class. Or if not, then you can say, well, you were right if you want to say that. Yes, people, it's been your boy Yaya. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Keep hitting the bell for notifications so I can keep bringing you great content going forward. Let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know what you think about the podcast. Keep hitting me up on the comments. Keep helping me build so we can get to 1,000 subscribers and more very quickly. Take care and have a good time. Peace.